13 on Your Side Weather Deck is sponsored by Montel Construction, your home team.
Colton, it was really nice to get the rain this morning, Bo. Now we got to be on the lookout for some severe weather, potentially.
Yeah, that's right, Julia. Especially north of I-96 and after or around midnight. That's the greatest potential for seeing at least some isolated severe weather. This does not look to be a high-end or widespread severe weather event like we saw earlier in the year. Your 13 weather ball, though, is blinking bright because we do have some rain and storms in sight. It's also green, no change foreseen to our temperatures tomorrow. We'll stay in the low to mid 80s. This view sponsored by West Shore Home. What's ahead? An isolated strong storm will be possible tonight, especially north of I-96 along the lakeshore. Severe weather is again possible for those east of Grand Rapids, especially for Saturday afternoon. Most of us will dodge severe weather tomorrow, and then conditions for everybody will be pretty pleasant heading into Sunday. Current temperatures a little bit warmer now here in Grand Rapids. 77 is the number in both Grand Rapids and Holland. A lot warmer down near the state line because they're actually south of the stationary front and seeing some sunshine as well, boosting their numbers well into the 80s. Dew points, though, on the other hand, humid for everybody, that's for sure. Well into the 60s, if not even in the 70s for some of us. 71 in Grand Rapids, 71 in Kalamazoo, and pretty steamy down in Three Rivers. They're at 73 right now. A little less humid further north you travel, generally well into the 60s. But the humidity will continue both tonight and tomorrow. And then thankfully by Sunday you can see the dew points trend a little bit lower, but it will still stay humid at least for Sunday morning. Temperature-wise, for the most part, staying into the 70s overnight tonight and then warming back up into the low to mid 80s for your Saturday afternoon. Satellite and radar does show a pretty powerful storm off to the west, currently on the border of Wisconsin and Iowa, and also extending into northern Illinois. Northern Illinois right now is actually in a tornado watch for the potential of a few tornadoes on the other side of Lake Michigan. This storm will likely ride that stationary front just into West Michigan, but as it heads our direction, thankfully conditions will be weakening, but we are still expecting at least the chance of severe weather, especially along and north of I-96 tonight. Checking out that storm hour by hour, you can see by 10 p.m. it's still on the other side of Lake Michigan, but a few spotty showers will be possible along I-94. Once we get to about midnight and just after, though, you can see that storm begins to weaken as it moves over Lake Michigan. Greatest chance of severe weather tonight will be north of Holland along the lakeshore as that storm moves onshore. Once we wake up tomorrow morning, though, temperatures will be on the mild side. We'll be seeing a lot of cloud cover. Then a cold front will approach the area, and as that does, a few more storms will ignite across the area, especially east of US 131, more so on the other side of the state of Michigan. And then heading into the evening hours, we could still see a few strong storms or two, but once we get to the evening hours and overnight hours heading into Sunday morning, conditions will be drying out across the area. Severe weather risk for tonight is the greatest on the other side of Lake Michigan with that current storm in Iowa right now, but as it moves to us, we could see at least a few isolated areas of strong damaging winds and maybe some localized flooding as well. Basically between now and 3 a.m. is a time frame that you want to be weather aware. And then once again, we do have that severe risk for tomorrow afternoon. The greatest risk is to the east of us, most likely on the thumb of Michigan and also in Flint and Detroit. Meanwhile, most of us are in a level 1 out of 5 risk of severe weather for Saturday afternoon. So at least stay weather aware heading into tomorrow as well. For the next 3 days, Saturday is the most active day of weather. Conditions improve Sunday into Monday. Lots of sunshine begins to develop for Monday as well. Temperatures warming up back up into the upper 80s, and dew points will take a hit at least briefly Sunday into Monday. But if you do want to go to Lake Michigan this weekend, do keep in mind water temperatures have plummeted because of upwelling. Temperatures now are in the 60s and even in the 50s in some isolated beaches, so keep that in mind if you do want to head to the beach this weekend. For tomorrow, though, expect temperatures along the lakeshore, mostly in the lower 80s. We'll have a chance of storms along the lakeshore, but I think the greatest chance of storms and severe weather will be further inland. Temperatures off to the north, generally in the low to mid 80s, and Grand Rapids likely topping out around 85. Your 13 on your side 7-day forecast shows one more day of a weather impact alert, and then once we get to Sunday, conditions will be improving. We'll hold on to the humidity, but it will take a hit at least somewhat Sunday into Monday. Next chance of widespread storms will be Wednesday into Thursday.